Really look at it. Really take time. Really look at it. Not where.
Oh God! Knock the camera off. Anyways, what was we talking about?
I was wondering what you talking about.
He said, she bit my head off. He said, I won't say nothing like that no more. He said, them Kentucky basketball fans, he said, they're really serious about their basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are. You
So
know it.
Work it up. You don't, and you got to use the big needle for all them spices. Because if you use one too little, next thing you know, you're going to be pushing like a mug on it. And it's just going to pour it out. It's splatter on your wall. So you got to make sure you got the big needle. This can't spice up. Otherwise, it ain't going to work.
Playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs.
Well, hey, with all the arm pumping I'm about to be doing tonight, you can probably line me up 30 plus lawnmowers. I'll start every one of them. Oh man.
Hey, you want my pick? This is my pick. Not here. Notre Dame, everybody. Notre Dame. Guys, God loves you. Go Big Blue. Good night, everybody.
Wow, wow.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Wildcat Den tonight. We tried to get on at 7:30, but like Rusty said, it's always 7:45, 8 o'clock, 8:15. We'll try to do better in the fall when the season starts, guys. But hope everybody's doing good out there tonight. Rusty, how you been doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Old Hunter's keeping me busy. Between work and Hunter, I'm busy. Real busy.
Grass and stuff.
He's cutting grass. He got him old Honda lawnmower off of basically a scrapper. He's going to scrap it out, and he got it fixed up. So it still needs some little parts and stuff, but it's a nice self-propelled mower. I got him a carburetor. He put a carburetor on it. Everything works on it.
I got my yard work done today. We're supposed to have a heat wave or something come through here next week.
We're supposed to have one. He's got a couple of yards mowing. His mommy said he ain't mowing nothing because it's going to be too hot.
It's going to be hot next week. I think actually maybe start this weekend or something. I don't know, but I know we're supposed to get some weather.
He ain't going to be able to stand it. He got that one fixed up. He had it there by his old one. He said, look at her. He said, don't that old one just look so cheap, like a piece of junk? I said, I mean, this thing had water in the gas tank. I didn't think he'd ever get it running, but he's got it running pretty good.
He's got it running now, don't
he? Yeah. I got to leave him alone. Just let him go. He figures it out. He fixed him a leaf blower. He got him a $5 leaf blower. Huh?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he had it in a million pieces. I said, well, it's be going in the trash. It runs good. Barely cranks it. Old Craftsman.
Oh, Craftsman.
Yeah, it's an old one though, but he's got it running good. Well, what do you want to go over tonight,
buddy? You said you have. I think a couple of weeks ago we was going to do. You was going to do some of the top freshmen of the country. Is that right?
I got 10 of the top freshmen supposed to be maybe make the most impact. I don't got a whole lot about them. Huh? You don't do that?
through that.
Well, okay, I'm going to start with number 1. Bryce Underwood, 6'4", 208 pounds, quarterback, Michigan. They just, I don't know how long ago it was, but they got some Garcia guy transferred in there, going to maybe put a little pressure on him, make sure he, make sure he's right. Guess if he's not, they got somebody else they can plug in. Number 2, DeCorian Moore, wide receiver, Oregon, 5'11", 182 pounds. I didn't bother with getting the high schools and all that stuff, so I figured everybody wouldn't know too much about all that anyways. Number 3, Devin Sanchez, cornerback, Ohio State, 6'2", 185 pounds.
And these are all freshmen, right?
These are all freshmen, and they should be like the top 10 that should be making an impact.
Got
it. Like, since we're talking about these freshmen, they saying with the way this revenue sharing and these roster cuts are, it's going to be tough. You're probably going to have to be a top 100 freshman to get recruited by a big school. You're going to be going to a Tulane, Miami of Ohio, or a Tennessee State, or a New Mexico, or something like that. And then you're going to have to, unless you're like a top 100 recruit, you have to go there and get a little bit of development and then get transferred on to a bigger school. That's kind of how they're saying the things about to start trending to. If that's the case, like the little MAC schools and what they call them, Conference USAs and all them, they'll just be like development schools, I guess. Anyways, so yeah, that's what they're saying. Like, you have to be about a 4 or 5 star before anybody even look at you. On to number 4, David Sanders Jr., Tennessee, 6'6", 290, offensive tackle, freshman. Number 5, Gideon Davidson, Clemson, 5'11", 185 pounds, running back. And you know what? I seen they just released a running back. Now, I don't know if that's him or not. I had to check on that.
Who was it?
I forgot to write it down. Clemson did just release a running back, and I wonder if it was him.
Clemson released. Okay.
I think he was actually going to be their starter. Or it might have been this guy. I don't know what he did, but they cut him loose. Well, we need to check on that.
Yeah.
Number 6, Kalaj Lockett, Texas, wide receiver, 6'2", 187 pounds. He's pretty good for a freshman. Number 7, DJ Pickett, cornerback, LSU, 6'4", 190 pounds. Number 8, Andrew Babobla, offensive tackle, Michigan, 6'6", 300 pounds. Michigan's got 2 in there. Number 9, Jakeem Stewart, defensive end, USC, 6'5", 290 pounds. That sounds like a good edge rusher right there, don't it?
Yeah, big rusher.
A freshman? That's a pretty good size. Number 10, Lincoln Cure, tight end, Kansas State, 6'5", 223. I've heard this kid's good. Kansas State, that's your top 10.
Kansas State.
Bryce Underwood, Daquan Moore, Devin Sanchez, David Saunders, Gideon Davidson, Kalijah Lockett, DJ Pickett, Andrew Babobla, Jakeem Stewart, Lincoln Cure.
Kansas State may be up there. They got from what I've been hearing, they got a pretty decent team.
Yeah, I've been hearing. I heard that kid's going to be real good too. So, I mean, figured I'd talk about the freshmen a little bit because all you hear about anymore is transfers.
That's it.
That's it. I mean,
that's all it is. That's all it is.
These days, if you're a freshman, you're starting, you got to be the real deal. Otherwise,
yeah,
you just going to be,
yeah.
You have to go to a little school and get some more development. Well, you want to move on to the top 10 offensive lines?
We'll go to, let's do the top 10 offensive line.
Now, I mean, you can look on probably 10 different things and you'll get about 7 or 8 different ones.
Right. But it's pretty close, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start at number 10.
Okay.
The Oregon Ducks.
Oregon.
Now, when's Oregon ever been known for an offensive line? They just always used to play that real fast, speedy. Yeah. Score 60 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trickery. All that trickery. Number 9, Clemson. Oh, Dabo. Got him in the offensive line. Number 8, you probably ain't going to believe this. We're going to have to face these cats. Auburn. I think Auburn's going to be pretty good this year. I do. Number 7, Penn State. I think they're – if I had to pick right now, they might be top of the Big Ten this year.
They're gonna be
well, I don't know. I think between them and Oregon, be my opinion.
Because
I forget Oregon's Big Ten now. It's still odd.
Yeah.
Number 6, Miami. The Hurricanes got them a line. Beck's gonna need it.
Yeah.
Beck ain't a scrambler. See, last year they had that God, what was his name? You know who I'm talking about. He's drafted number 1.
I just can't. I cannot remember his name for some.
I can't neither. It's on the tip of my tongue. But he would run around. But this year, they say that left tackle is the only thing you got to look out for. But he's supposed to be good. But we're going to have to wait and see.
Right.
Number 5, Utah. What do they call that? The Big Red Rock Wall. I didn't know they ever had no line. Now, I wonder if they still got that quarterback. Remember that one quarterback that played there for about 15 years? What was his name? He had like a mullet.
Yeah.
That's another one we got to think of his name, too. He was there. He had to be 15 years. Number 4, Alabama. The Crimson Tide.
Alabama.
Number 3, we got to face these cats too. Sunbelt Billy's got him an offensive line.
You know, too, Rusty, before you move on, we had him fired 3 years ago, didn't we?
We've had him fired years ago.
Fired 2-3 times the last probably 3 years or 4.
How many years he been there? I think his second year, I think after his first year, we had him fired every year. I think
yeah. That's the question. I don't know. I don't know.
I just wonder how that DJ Lagway, if he's going to be fully healthy. If he is, they're going to be tough. They're going to be good, especially playing down there in the swamp.
Let's see. You go ahead.
Number 2.
How long you been there?
Texas A&M Aggies. So, Mike Elko, he's building that team. And they say number 1, they say there's a pretty good gap between number 1 and number 2. That's Notre Dame fighting Irish. They said there's a pretty big gap between 1, 2, and 3. Now look at this. Huh?
I just now found how many years Billy.
How many?
He is entering his 4th year.
Well, we've had him fired for 3.
So we've had him fired, like I said, about the last
Lord,
3 years.
we had him fired his first year.
First year, yeah, because you kept saying, you said, he won't make it past the first year, so he'll make it past the 2nd year, he's gone. Well, come around, well, you say, well, yeah, he's done after this year. 3rd year, yeah. Yeah, he ain't going to do that. He's still there.
He's still there. He's doing, actually, last year, he's showed some pretty good improvement. Like, there's actually something that might happen there.
Yeah,
that team at the last half of the year, they pretty good.
He did, because I actually thought at one point they could have probably beat Tennessee when they played Tennessee.
Well, he came in right after Dan Mullen, didn't he? Because Dan Mullen had that program ran in the ground.
Yeah. I got rid of, yeah, that is right.
And I remember every time they talk about getting rid of Stoops, Dan Mullen's name would come up. I'd like, might as well just keep Stoops. You're going to get him.
Yeah.
But what's interesting here, Notre Dame plays Miami first game of the year. Right. You got your number 1 O-line against number 6. And then they turn around, if I'm not mistaken, the second game they play Texas A&M. We're going to know what Notre Dame's made of. They make it through them first 2 games.
Yeah.
They could lose one of them.
Right.
As long as they don't get blowed out. They could lose one of them, but they can't lose both of them. And they got a first-year starter quarterback, too. See, Notre Dame, they let Angeli, I think, transfer because Angeli's a pocket passer. Notre Dame likes one that's able to move around, really. Right. And Angeli was on his last year, and the 2 they wound up keeping, the one was a Carr kid that they recruited as a 5-star. His grandpa was the coach at Michigan when they won the national champion, not this last time, but the time before.
Right.
And that's their future. And then Mansky, he's still got a couple years, and he can run. So I think that's why they went with the quarterbacks they did. Now, I think Angeli was more prepared to start than any of them, my opinion. But I guess they just went for the future. They didn't want they want a quarterback that's going to be around a couple more years, not just one that's going to be out, because they've done that last 2 years in a row.
Right.
So that's going to be pretty interesting, them playing first 2 games of the year.
Well, buddy, I know.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off here, but there's one thing I wanted to bring up. I tried looking up where the Kentucky offensive line was, and I couldn't find it. But last season and this season, about this time of year, what was one thing we had in common about our Kentucky Wildcats? Like when we was evaluating them, what we thought, what we thought looked good.
I can't remember.
Is our O-line.
Oh,
remember going in?
Yeah.
Going into last year, we thought, well, our O-line's good. Our defense, and then our O-line turned out to be garbage.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, now that you said that.
And same thing this year. We're looking at all these players. We're like, well, our O-line should be good.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing from other people, that our offensive line should be one of our strengths this year. Like,
that's the same thing last year we were saying.
Yeah. And it couldn't get no worse.
Well, yeah, but we had good.
I think what Mark said last week. It couldn't get any worse.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. Y'all move on to our helmets?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got guys, we are going to do this just for fun. Rusty, how do you want to rank this? Do you want to do it by numbers, or do you want to do like this? A thumbs up if we like them. Sideways for all right. And then if we don't like them, thumbs down, or do you want to rank them by numbers?
I don't know. You could start at 16 and go to 1.
You want to do it by numbers?
Do you got a list?
But I've got all six. I've just got the pictures of all the 16 teams.
Okay. Well, we'll do the thumbs up, and then I got a list. I'll just tell you where I had them, where I ranked them.
Okay. Well, hey, that's no, I ain't got a list. I just thought we just do this.
Yeah, it's just for fun.
Yeah. So you want to do the thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways, all right.
Yeah, and then I'll
give them your.
It won't be in no order. It'll just be ever how you pop them up.
Okay. Well. Okay, guys.
Just ever how you pop them up, pop them up.
Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. I'm just going to go ahead and get this one out of the way. So that way we don't have to talk about it no more than we have to. Okay. So let me get this over here so I can pop his helmet to it. Just give me a minute here. Just give me a minute here.
Oh, Jesus.
So, this is what we're going to do.
Can you put us over on the side?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try, but it keeps going to this. I don't know what's going on with it tonight. We've had so many. We've had so many.
It don't.
Just
trouble. Go with it. Oh, there you go.
I got it.
Now we look like we.
Let's just get this one over with so we don't have to talk about it. Look at that ugly color. See that ugly color?
Yeah, I do.
Look, see. So
I gotta talk to him for just a minute. I got
double thumbs down for this and a negative 100 for that football him.
I don't know why she lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, oh, God. Give me just 1 second, please.
Okay.
Does anybody know how to locate somebody's location on these iPhones?
That's a good question.
I don't know how to do it. I thought my mother-in-law was lost, but I think it's just her phone. I don't know how to do that, GP. But anyways, okay, Big Tennessee, huh?
Oh,
I had them at number 10. 10 out of 16. Sorry about that, everybody.
Well, like I said, I got them 16. Just go to 16. 2 thumbs down and a negative.
Now that black and orange helmets they had, the orange on black.
Yeah,
I didn't mind that. Go to find my app. All right, who you got? Ooh, Auburn.
I got Auburn on this one. I got thumbs up on this. I got thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Yeah,
I like how they intertwined the A and the U, and I like the color scheme on it. It just,
I like the detail on it. I like the detail.
I like the detail.
It's pretty good detail.
What did you have? Right, Rusty?
I had them ranked at number 5.
Yeah, and
I mean, some of these helmets are garbage.
Okay, here's their next. Yeah, especially Tennessee.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
I give him a thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up too.
I like that powder blue and red. I mean, they're nice colors. And then some of their alternate helmets are pretty nice too.
Yeah. What did you have ranked on your list?
3.
3.
Yeah, I had them at 3.
Well, here's our next one. What do you think about it?
The Razorbacks.
I
like it. Thumbs up.
I give them a thumbs up.
I like that hog. They're nice and shiny. That's a nice mascot on there. Look at that.
Yeah.
I like it. I had them at 6. Had them at 6.
Okay. Let's move on to Texas. Now, let me tell you. Now, I will give him a thumbs up on this. I'm gonna give Texas a thumbs up. I just like it. It's just.
Yeah.
I just like it. It's got the long horn. Hey, it just. I like it.
Yeah, I guess Texas. That's a nice color for Texas. What is that? Like an Auburn, burnt orange or something?
Burnt orange, I think they call it. Yeah.
And that Devo on there. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Devo. Well, it's Devo, I think.
Devo. All right. What do you have ranked on your list, Texas?
7. I had them at 7. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to Missouri. Now, I give him a thumbs up on this.
I give him a thumbs up, and I like that yaller and gold, that black and yaller, but I think I missed on this. I ranked them too low. I should have ranked them a little higher on my list. I had them at 9, but I think I should have had them higher than that. But anyways,
they got another tiger scheme too. That's pretty cool.
That's a nice looking tiger.
Yeah. So we go back to Texas, to the state of Texas. Texas A&M.
I give him a thumbs down.
I give him a thumbs down.
I mean, it's just too. I mean, I guess that's their logo, though.
Yeah.
Like, they can make fun of our UK if they want to. But just that maroon and that. Is that even a maroon or what is that? And then.
I guess it would be a maroon, I'd say. I'm guessing, yeah, maroon.
What's their mascot?
Aggies. I don't know.
What does he look like? Debo? He can't be Debo.
No.
Anyways, I had them at 14.
14, right? That's yeah.
That's a thumbs down.
Now, the next one. Now they changed a few years ago. So we're going with this one now. They wore this one a lot last year, and that was
Vanderbilt.
They usually black helmets. If you remember
that black helmet's okay, but
I'm gonna give them a thumbs up. Consider what they.
Let me give them a sideways just because of that helmet.
Okay.
And didn't they used to have a boat anchor on there?
They did. That was.
I'd rather have the boat anchor than the V.
What? Who called? Dirk Mason was that when Dirk Mason?
Yeah.
Was there, I think both. But I'm going thumbs up Let me get over here. I'm giving them a thumbs up just for what they had before this, excluding the boat anchor. I'm gonna give them a thumbs up.
I wish they had. Well, they need a boat anchor back. And where are they docking these boats in the Tennessee River? I mean, they're the Commodores. They supposed to have some pretty big boats. They drive them up Tennessee River. What? How they come up with that mascot?
I don't know.
They ain't no ocean nowhere's around them.
No.
Yeah, I like that helmet. That helmet, I give it a sideways. If it had a boat anchor, I'd probably give it a thumbs up. The gold helmet with the black, I give a thumbs down. I got them ranked at 13.
13. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go on to South Carolina. I give them a thumbs up. I
give him a thumbs up. I like that fighting chicken.
I like to see with the Gamecock in the middle of the sea. I like that. I give them a thumbs up. What did you have them right there, Rusty?
4.
Now the next one here we have got the Florida Gators.
I guess I give them a sideways.
I give them a thumbs up because I like how the color with that orange. It's not really a Tennessee orange, but you got the blue, the way the Gators is rolled on there.
They should put them a big alligator on the side of it. Didn't they do that one time? They need like a big green alligator or something on the side of it.
I don't know if they did one with
maybe
or not. A white one with a blue elf. Been white.
Elf.
They did an elf like for Florida. They did a white head.
Oh.
With the elf on it. I think for Florida.
Which one's Pete talking about?
Pete might be talking about the Florida, I think.
I had them at 12. I mean, I guess it ain't horrible, but I got them at. I give them a sideways.
Yeah,
I had them at 12.
All right, here we go. Let's go to their name. Florida's neighbors.
Georgia Bulldogs.
I'll give them a sideways.
Yeah, I'm giving them another sideways. It's kind of plain a little bit.
All right. Yeah, it's all right.
I like the red and black. I like the colors, but I mean,
yeah, that's right. That's what I thought you was talking about. Pete was the Gators. Now tell me again, I missed it.
I don't know. Could they put like a UGG on one side and that G on the other side or something?
Could.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Might have to be the same on both sides.
Well, it's interesting you brought that up because I'm going to show you something when we go over the history of Kentucky helmets.
I had them at 11.
Okay.
Oklahoma. Sideways. They're nice and shiny, at least. I mean, you know something interesting about Oklahoma?
What's that, bud?
You know how Notre Dame, when they come out of the tunnel, they slap that sign that says "Play like a champion"? Yeah. You know, that's where they got that from, was Oklahoma. Lou Holtz and them was down there playing one time. And after that, he hung one up there at Notre Dame. Yep.
I did not know that.
Oklahoma had it first.
Well, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah, I mean, they ain't nothing fancy, but they're clean and shiny looking, I guess. Yeah. I had them ranked at 8, number 8.
Well, let's go on to the value state here. I give
thumbs up.
Thumbs up, Rusty. I like
thumbs up.
Color, the purple. I like the LSU with, and I like the tiger underneath the school.
I like all that. And the colors remind me of Wallens.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel at home with them colors.
Yeah.
I had them at 2.
Yeah, that's a good ranking. Yeah, I can see that. Well, let's go back to the Mississippi. Go back there and see Mississippi State.
They changed that logo. Didn't they?
They changed it to state. But I've seen them still wear that.
That one's better. Now, I would have ranked them higher. When I did my ranking, I seen that little cursive state wrote on the side of it.
Yeah. They have been wearing them a lot too, but they've also been wearing back to that every now and then.
So when I seen that other one, I said, that looks stupid. So I put them at 16 where they're ranked and everything else. But I ain't watched the Mississippi State game since Mike Leach was there.
I turned it.
And what was that little quarterback they had? He wound up going out west somewheres.
I don't know.
He played for a long time. God, what? That's 3 players we can't think of. What happened? We podcasting. We can't think of these people's names.
We're getting old, buddy. We're getting old.
I swear it started with an R. He was kind of small, but he was a gunslinger. But that went after Mike Leach died. That next coach benched him because he decided he was going away from the air raid and was just wanted to run the ball. It's Rogers. Was it Will Rogers?
Rogers.
Yeah. Remember him? I ain't watched Mississippi State since he played for him.
Because I think Rogers, when he went into the portal, like you said, I think.
Yeah, and he went.
Kentucky had their eye on him.
I don't remember where he went. He went out there to Washington or Washington State or something like that, I think.
But I think I read too where Kentucky was.
Kentucky about got him. Kentucky was looking at him.
Will
Rogers.
We'll move on to.
Kind of proud of myself for remember. Oh,
now I just want to tell you, I get that.
That's the garbage looking helmet.
It's just there, and they used to do the numbers on the side years ago.
They said they've had that helmet since 1956.
Yeah, I mean,
they got to do something. They can't put Dumbo on the side of it.
I mean, yeah, or spell Alabama like state or something.
Put their state symbol, or I'd put Dumbo on there. I mean, I don't understand how they picked the elephant. Has there ever been an elephants live in Alabama? Maybe back in the woolly mammoth. I bet there wasn't even woolly mammoths live there.
I think they were talking about years ago. Their offensive line was so big.
Oh wow!
They looked like big elephants. I think that's the story.
Okay, well that makes it.
If I'm not mistaken, that was what they were basing that on. If I heard that.
Well, they need to implement that a little more so people know.
So,
because they must be the Crimson Tide, and then they had that big offensive line. That's how they got 2 mascots. Well, move on. That's an ugly helmet.
Okay, well, I'm giving this a plus 100 and
I give that thumbs up right there.
I'm giving 2 thumbs up on this.
That one I had number 1. And let me tell you, hey, if somebody mail me one of them, I'll run plumb through that wall, plumb into Hunter's closet. I'll go through both sides as long as I don't hit a stud. If I hit a stud, I might be in trouble.
Of course, guys, we've had very different variations of this. You know, we've got the white ones that we wear with the blue UK on the side. But hey, listen, I give it 2 thumbs up.
I like that one. That black one. I like our chrome ones.
Yes.
I like them all, really.
Yes.
I mean, the white ones can be a little bit plain, but I like that. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have another variation, which you just said it. You got the chrome with the blue came out first.
Yeah.
We still wear them. Then we got another chrome variation with the white stripe and the white UK with the white.
I like the blue, the chrome and blue better. But that's good too, though, I guess.
That's good. I like it. That's
a away helmet. That's a away helmet. The other one's a home helmet.
I like that. I like the white.
That one's shinier. Oh, yeah, that one's shiny too.
I mean, I like that.
I like that one. You got that black one? If I had that black one, I'd come out 4-point stance.
Well,
head first through the wall.
Well,
both sides.
I've got the one that's grown on me. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I can see that's brand new."
Hunter'd be madder than a mug, wouldn't he? If I run through his wall.
You run through his wall, he would.
Huh?
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna give you my variation that I like. You'll see it, Rusty. You'll say, "Okay, yeah, Brent." Because it's grown on me, and that's all I can say.
It's that Cybercat. Yeah, I do.
I like it. I like it.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
I might go as a running back. I might even get a football, hit the wall with that.
Yep. Right there. Wow.
Now I ain't gonna lie though, I'm getting more used to it, but I still like the old cat better. But I'm getting more used to that one, I guess.
Well, since we're on Kentucky, let's take a look. And we started with Rusty, we're gonna take a look at Kentucky's old helmets from the 50s. And we started it in 1957. That's the only thing I could really find on these. But this is what Kentucky helmets look like in 57. Yeah, it was just kind of like Alabama. I'd say, I know that's a black and white picture, but that's probably white with blue lettering and blue stripe.
I seen an old picture of an old stadium back then of the Commonwealth. Man, it's changed.
I think back then it was Stroll Field. They didn't build Commonwealth till I think 70 in the 70s.
Yeah, I think it was the 70s. Yeah. That picture said.
Yeah.
It might be when they first built it.
But that's what they look like right there, Rusty, in 57.
See, now, look at that right there. Look at that right there. Now they got them big old outer skins and stuff. Remember we was talking about that a week or two ago?
Right.
These dudes survived.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look at the face mask.
They used to have leather. That's even more protection they used to have.
Yeah. And look now, I want you to look at that face mask. Compared to the ones that way, they got face masks, they got bars coming everywhere.
Yeah, big old, yeah.
So that goes to 1957-61. Now this is not so in 62. Basically, these are black and white. They just reversed it. I'd say that was blue and white.
That looks like a punter's helmet or a kicker.
Yeah. But that's what they look like in 62 and 64.
There you go. You got some color. Oh, they're playing Notre Dame, Boston College, maybe.
But that's what they look like in 64 to 68. So let's move on. And I'd say probably more than likely, Rusty, you was talking about one side of the helmet having something different, and then one. This was in 68. What I'm fixing to show you. And I say that was the number side, and this is what they had on the other side. Because this was in the 60.
Oh, look at that. That's the same cat I got back here.
Yeah, that's the old Wildcat. Okay, now look. What I was saying, now look at the date up here on top, 64 to 68. Well, this was 64. And I'd say you got the number on one side with the Wildcat on the other. That's just what I think.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know if you was allowed to do that, but some of them teams might need to do that with them old ugly helmets they got.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Oh. So let's take from 64 to 68. This is 73, 74. So here we go. I'm going to show you this. This is.
Well, you can bust him in the chin right there, couldn't you?
They didn't hardly have a protection back then, did they?
No.
Okay, so we're looking
at
73 now to 74.
Oh, look at that. We need to bring that retro back.
Look at that.
Now that's that Wildcat.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's him right there.
Yeah.
His eyes might be a little different though.
Here's still in 73. Here's still a 73 picture of it. 73 to 74.
Yeah, I like that.
Now,
yeah.
Let me tell you something about this design. In 2004, I've got a chart. I'll pop up right quick here. But this design here was in the 70s, 73, 74, 72, I think, something like that. But in 2004, Rich Brooks' second year, if I'm not mistaken, they played the game and put throwback helmets with that design there. But the helmet was blue. And the stake and the Wildcat was white.
Oh, yeah. I'd like that.
And that was back in 2004.
Yeah.
Then Rusty and well, a little bit past, but this is where I don't like. I mean, a lot of people said they want to bring it back. I say bring it back. A lot of people don't want to. But it's our era. So that was what it was in 73, 74. Now, 75, when I say it, Rusty, when you see it, you say, oh, yeah, I remember. The power.
Oh, yeah.
The old power cage.
Imagine that on the side of that black helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the old power cage, guys. And it really didn't change that much. Different. It may have different variations.
And somehow Kent State stole that from us, didn't they?
Somebody said Kent State patterned it.
Patented it. I think they patented it. We can't use it no more.
They patented it. Yeah. So you see, it didn't change really much, and this is why. I mean, like I said, the KMA got smaller and it got bigger, but this is why. Because if you look, see the top 75. I mean, 80, 75, 81. It didn't change that much until you got to 95, 96. See the power cage, Rusty? Up at the top, the three, all the years.
Yeah, and they changed a little bit.
If you look at 2004, there's the blue with the stake with the old Wildcat on it. That was in 2004.
Oh yeah,
they wore that as a special one. But yeah,
I'd like to do that again.
But yeah,
we should put a big block of coal on her.
Yeah.
I listen to these guys. They make fun of us because we're Tennessee fans because we're coal miners.
Yeah. But yeah,
we should put a big block of coal on her and show them what time it is.
That was 75 to 81, but actually it went on up into the 80s, up into Bill Curry's. Now, right at the end, with Bill Curry, the power cage changed a little bit. And I'm going to show you. From 19, we had the power cage in that variation, I think all the way up to 91. But in 1992, it got a little, as you can see, 92 to 96, they added black face masks. They look like they may have widened the K out a little bit more and put.
They outline. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Now, that was when we were growing up right there, too.
Yeah, that's the one I like right there.
Yeah, and then they had the blue. Then on the top, they had the blue stripe outlined with two black stripes to match the face mask. Now, that lasted from 92 to 96. And I like you, I like that one, too.
I like that.
And I like the classic.
I like them all.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Now,
we got the baddest uniforms in the country.
The number was outlined in black.
Yeah.
Too, that's the helmet. But then in 97, when Helmet came, it changed. We went away from the power cage and got what we got. It's pretty much stayed, the same.
That's when Kent State took it.
I think sometime during that, until now, they took it because this was in 97.
Now, he's got a face mask. Look at that. You ain't getting him in the chin.
No. So it kind of, and then I think in 2001, it was we started switching helmets because we went to a blue one, too. And we would interchange from that to that.
Was that big Jared Lorenz?
Yes, that's him. That's Lefty.
Yeah.
And then it went to that. And pretty much it went from 97 to what we got right now. I mean, and then of course we talked about it. Then we got very different variations of the Kentucky helmet, the 2 chromes. And we got of course, we showed it just a few minutes ago. We got that. So that kind of took us up to now. But Rusty, let me show you something.
That's it. Oh, yeah. I give that a thumbs up. Well, guys, I can't hear Brent. I don't really know what he's saying, but I can't. Can you hear me? Well, guys, I don't know who you can hear, me or Brent. Maybe both of us, maybe one of us. I don't know. I was gonna talk about the Notre Dame helmets a little bit, if you guys can hear me. Up until probably about, I don't know if it was about 4 years ago or something. They used to have some students before every game. They'd respray paint their helmets, and that paint they used had gold flakes in it. I don't know if they mixed gold slogger in their paint or what, but it was the more duller looking helmets they had that had actual little bit of gold in the paint until I think it was about 4 years ago. Their helmets are a lot shinier and stuff now, but that was a tradition. Notre Dame's big on traditions, and that's one of them I kind of like to see them kept doing, was that. And I wish they'd kept their grass field, because their grass field was beautiful. But in Ohio State, they put them stickers, they put them Buckeye leaves all over their helmets for when that's supposed to be for when they do something good, make a big play, or I don't know what they're for, because they'll come out in week 1 and their stars will all have their whole helmets filled up with them stickers. I don't get that either. I just thought I'd bring that up about the Notre Dame and the real gold paint in their helmets, and Ohio State helmets. We was talking about the SEC though, but well, I don't know. Brent maybe will be back here in a minute, but if the Big Ten, how many Big Ten teams does anybody think could join the SEC and be top tier, not bottom feeders? I think it's about maybe 2 or 3. I say maybe Ohio State, Oregon now. I'd say before Dan Lanning, no, they'd be bottom feeders, but Oregon's doing pretty good. maybe Michigan. Penn State wouldn't make it. I mean, Penn State's doing better now, but that's why the Big Ten keeps trying to get the SEC to go to 9 conference games, then schedule one of them because they're trying to build their boost up their. They're trying to boost up their resumes and stuff. So that brings me to this: if the SEC don't go to 9, if they don't go to 9 conference games where you have to play 9 conference games, does everyone think that they should bring back the divisions, the East and West? Because they could if they stay at 8 games, I think. But I kind of doubt they're going to. And anybody here, Diego Pavia talking all that trash? Oh, well, first Lenore Sellers, South Carolina quarterback, came out and said somebody had offered him, it was like $6 or $8 million. And then Diego Pavia comes out and says, oh, somebody offered me $4 million. And then he started talking trash about the Big Ten and all this. Well, God, he's about 30-something years old. And I've always kind of rooted for Vanderbilt a little bit as long as they wasn't playing Kentucky or something like that, because you kind of feel sorry for them. I mean, really, you do. And I like Clark Lee, and I talked, good about him all last year and everything. But what I don't understand is Pavia, he got his transfer money, so he's able to afford a lawyer. So he goes and sues and gets another year eligibility because he played in a little garbage. He couldn't make it at Big Dogs when he come out of high school. But now that's just like our True Edwards, our receiver we had transfer. He's 6'3", 201. It was going to be his 7th year. Same as Debaco Pavia. But he lost his appeal. He tried going to appeal, he tried, and then he lost his appeal. So then he went ahead and signed with the team. He didn't get drafted, but I just think they should did it for all of them or none of them. So I'm kind of lost my stance on Vanderbilt. I'm kind of going to be rooting against them most of their games this year, unless they're playing outside the SEC. I hope they win them, but other than that, I hope they lose all their in-conference games. And Oklahoma, does anybody realize they've only had 2 losing seasons since 1991 before Skeletor came there? And they've already had 2 losing seasons under Skeletor. So I don't know how much more long they're going to put up with that, but they got a pretty good. They're going to have a pretty good team this year. But Oklahoma got the raw end of the deal when they came in the SEC, them in Texas, because Oklahoma, they had their last 2 seasons rough. But they said they based it on, I guess, how good they was. I don't know how many years they went back, but they kind of averaged it out, and that's kind of how they did their strength of schedules, try to make it fair. But now it's making Texas look like they're some kind of powerhouse because, well, I guess they start out this year with Ohio State, so we'll see what they're made of pretty quick. And Brent's gone, so I guess I won't get into the big dog. I just kind of want to talk a little bit more about losing the big dog. I just wonder where our recruits going to come from now. Who's going to be getting them and where are they going to be getting them from? the way he left like that makes me think something ain't right in our program. Just like last year when them players up there at the hot dog stands. I just don't know. Like, I think it seems like Stoops lost grips on the players last year. Now it seems like he's losing grips on the coaches. Speaking of Stoops, I'm just going to lay some facts down. He's 77 and 73 as a head coach. 36 and 62 in the SEC. Now, the NCAA, they only recognize 66 and 68 because of the, was it 21 season they had to throw out. They had to void the wins. So he's basically a 500 coach. We're paying for elite coaching. We're paying for elite coaching. We're paying for what we're paying our coaches. We should be looking at playoffs, not a garbage bowl, not the citronella bowl. I don't know, whatever mustard bowl, whatever kind of garbage bowl. No, we need to be talking playoffs for what we're paying these people. He's 528. 77 and 73. Well, the NCAA only recognizes 66 and 68. That's 4.93. He's a 500 coach. 36 and 62 in the SEC. Since 2022, he's went 17 and 16. In the SEC, 7 and 14. Now, he's the winningest coach at Kentucky. He's been there, about 13 years, Brent?
13.
He's been there 13 years. 77 or 66 wins, ever how you want to count them. Well, Barry Bryant was there for 8 years and had 61 wins. And he had a lot more garbage facilities and everything else to deal with. The man's been there 13 years. Sure, he's going to be the winningest coach. Like, is that a big achievement? He didn't beat it in 8 years. So I didn't like him when they hired him, and I sure don't like him now. I'm ready to get somebody else in there. Win, lose, or draw. Because we're losing anyways.
I think this will be last year.
Well, I thought when they hired him, I honestly thought, well, Bob Stoops come down there and help him out. Well, he gets his brother Mike. He's supposed to be linebackers coach. Well, he just coaches inside linebackers, not even outside linebackers. I don't even think he coaches them because
I think something
Weaver and all them didn't do nothing.
I think something happened after that season of when he was supposedly was going or talking to A&M. I think something happened, and plus it's just not been the same since then. That's just the way I feel. I think something happened after the A&M deal where he was supposed to talk to him, like I said, and it's not. It's not been the same, and I don't think it's going to get any better.
I mean, he's a 500 coach, and his coaching staff's getting paid good too, like Brad White and all them. Hey, Erica.
Hey, Erica, go Big Blue.
But I mean, the record speaks for itself. He can sit there and say, I'm the winningest coach. You've been there 13 years. Of course. Eventually, they're going to rack some up. But, I mean, 36 and 62 in the SEC, that ain't good. Who you beating, Vanderbilt? I mean, we started beating Tennessee and Florida, but that's because they was on down years. We never would have beat them if they hadn't have fell off. Dan Mullen, and Dooley, and Butch Jones and all them went down there and wrecked Tennessee. And Dan Mullen wrecked Florida. You see what I'm saying? If they would have stayed at the top of their game, we'd never beat them. Now, last year's team, that team should have did something.
That wasn't a talented team.
I mean, people can say what they want. Offense. When we went in the season, we thought the offensive line was going to be real good.
Again, I go back to what I said, but I'll use this. It fell apart after the Georgia game, and it never did, and they never did get it back.
No,
they never did get it back. Just like the coaching staff and whatever, it's not been the same. It's not been the same since the A&M game. It's not. I mean, the A&M. We're supposed to be talking to them for going, and A&M boosters evidently didn't want him, so he come back. So
yeah,
does he want to be here? I mean, that's my question. I mean, does he want to be here? Let's go back again. I know I keep going back.
I think he just wants his check. I think he wants that buyout check, and it makes me sick to my stomach to even think of him getting that check. Because I don't think he deserves it.
If A&M would have took him, he would have been left, but they didn't want him, so he come back. And this is what.
And I bet those fans are so happy they got Mike Elko instead.
And if Stoop leaves, it'll be because I don't know. I mean, we just have to wait till this season plays out. See, I mean, that's my opinion. That's what I'm. I
don't want no little 6-6 garbage bowl.
Well,
I mean, we're paying.
Well, this is what it is. This is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. This is what we're going to get. I mean,
if you go to the car lot and you pay for a Mustang, you going to want to drive out there in a Pinto?
Well, you're not getting a 7-5, and you're not getting a 9-0 this year. I mean, that's what I mean. We just have to sit through another year. I mean, you're just not getting it.
He wants his check. That's Erica. Yeah. I think he's wanting that check. I don't even think he's trying to win. I think he's just trying to do just enough where it looks like he ain't insubordinate or whatever, enough to where they can fire him and they have to pay him. Then he can go run his little whiskey plant.
But I'm thinking this is his, and I could be wrong. You know how
are we going to get a general manager? Or are they just going to slide Eddie in there? Because Big Dog was kind of doing that role before everybody else even jumped on that wagon. We had the Big Dog doing that. And I think that's a lot of what was helping us. I don't think he'd be a fit for Kentucky, but I think Coach O would be a good general manager. Just enough to get by. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just doing enough just so they can't say, well, he quit on us, so we don't have to give him his buyout. And it's sickening that he's going to get that money. He's going to get it. Because it's like I say, I'm the winningest coach. Well, you've been there 13 years. And look at the environment Barry Bryant was in down there. And he still barely beat them 13 years. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'll probably go off on him some more later.
You probably will.
And Eddie too. I'm telling you.
That's your general manager, right there.
I know. When Big Dog left, I'd have went and rounded up Eddie and Stoops and Mike, any Stoops, anybody from Youngstown, and I'd tell them pack your bag.
And listen, and I'll tell you what, I don't care what anybody says. That's kind of like Big Dog leaving 2.5 months or so before the season.
That's what I'm saying. I think he don't got a handle on his coaches.
And did
you see Brad White in that show we was watching? Man, he looked rough. That look on his face, he looked like he was struggling. He maybe just had a rough day, but I would make Brad White my intern. Then I go try to find somebody. I mean, you got to start over sometime. Why wait until his contract's up? Well, you just going to lose till his contract's up, then start over? Y'all start over sometime. I'd make Brad White the intern. I'd try to get touchdown Tommy Reese, but if I couldn't get him, then I'd and I guarantee you get him cheaper than what you're paying Stoops right now.
I don't.
Marcus Freeman, he gets now with his incentives. Now he probably makes more than Stoops, but he makes a little bit under what Stoops does base salary. And he took him to the championship games, 3rd year coaching.
Some people saying, what's his name? I mean, you was talking about him. The Lions coach.
Summerall.
He's not coming to Kentucky.
They're saying he's going to get a better job in Kentucky.
He's not coming to Kentucky. I don't care what to say. I could be wrong. But
what was that guy's name? Chadwick? Something from he's Liberty now. He was at East Carolina or something.
Yeah.
But they're saying him, but anybody be better than what we got.
Well, like I said, I think this is his last year. Could be wrong, but I think this might be his last year.
Well, Jamie Caldwell, that's the name popping up now. He's at Liberty. You might want to keep an eye on him. Jamie Caldwell. He's at Liberty. He was Coastal Carolinas.
That's the one you was telling me about the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'd keep my eye on him, but when he go get old touchdown Tommy.
Ain't gonna do it.
Ain't gonna do it.
You know they ain't gonna do it, Rusty. They don't. They're not going after they're just, and you know that because you watched us. I mean,
he's younger. I think it'd be 2 or 3 years he'd have us in them playoffs.
Man,
now Alabama and Notre Dame fans are gonna say, "Oh, you're stupid. He's garbage." But hey, well, that's about all I got, buddy.
That's about all I got.
I gotta stop. You gonna get my blood pressure going.
Do what?
My blood pressure gonna get going. We keep talking about Stoops.
Well,
I don't even got blood pressure problems, but I will.
Like I told you earlier, we're just gonna have to let the season play out. We'll have to watch it and see what happens. See what we got.
Brad White's been there long enough. He could right the shit. He could probably run that place.
I'd say we'll just have to wait and see. He might. It's one of them things. This might be his last year. He might. Who knows?
Did anybody ever find out anything about that LLC?
Nah, I quit reading about it now.
Oh, I'm good.
He's all right.
I've been going on about Stoops for years, ain't I, Brent?
He's been doing this for years. He's been getting on. And I tried to be the other side, but I agree with him. And we kind of, it makes it fun.
Yeah. Everybody can't have the same opinion.
Now, Rusty, he did have a good run now when he first got it. Let's see.
It's about 3 or 4 years, ain't it?
Oh.
On his contract, it's about, I think, 3 or 4 more years.
Hold on. Erica, tell Pat, hang on.
I mean, it's too long. I wouldn't have him. But I hate to see him get that money. And it's just going to be free 35, 40.
Tell Erica, tell Pat, this is just what I have found. It goes through the year 2030. 5 more years.
5 more years. Huh. Oh, that just made my day. I was thinking 3 or 4. Well, I think after
what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I think after about 3 years, though, that buyout might be way more affordable.
Well, yeah, it goes down.
It goes down a little bit every year.
But yeah, Erica, tell Pat it's 2030. that his contract goes through.
And that is one good thing about the big dog leaving. That total buyout dropped. Because, you know, they got buyout as assistants too. Yeah.
You know, Erica, tell Pat, I'm thinking well, I'm saying it could be his last year. He may get another job. They may buy him out. I don't know. He may stay another 2 years. Who knows? It's just one of them you don't know until we get the season and it just plays out and see. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm interested to see how we're going to do our revenue sharing too. How much is going to go to football? How much is going to go to basketball, men's, women's, or other sport? Because, you know, Barnhart, he likes all them, what are they, croquet and all them little games like that. So he likes give a lot of our football money and stuff like that.
Yeah, Erica. Erica.
Yeah.
Bring Howard on the show. We'll talk some Kentucky with him, see what he thinks about Stoops. What does he think about Stoops, Erica?
Yeah. I don't know Howard. Do I know Howard?
That's her dad.
That's her dad? I don't think I know her dad, but yeah, we'll get him on here. We'll let him go. We'll turn him loose. I remember when I moved to, I probably shouldn't say this, but when I
Mickey said if Stoops,
I ain't gonna say
Stoops stay much longer, I'm going to have to go on my blood pressure medicine. Mickey said, I'll tell you a story. It's funny Mickey said that because my dad one time, I think Kentucky was playing Ole Miss and they was up like 2 touchdowns. They come back, they beat Kentucky by, I don't know, field goal or something like that. Dad turns to me, he said, that's it. He said, that's it. He said, there ain't enough blood pressure in the world for me to take to sit and watch them play again.
Well, I mean, I just can't accept losing. I want the guy 12 teams in the playoffs. We don't even come close, and we're paying our coaches more than most of the teams that we get in the playoffs. Coaches get. You see what I'm getting at?
I do, but
I mean, they say you get what you pay for, but Kentucky sure ain't with them coaches. And everybody says, oh, well, Kentucky's in a bad spot. The recruiting, that ain't good recruiting area. We're right in the middle of it. We're right in the middle of the Big Ten, the SEC. We should get picked whatever we want. Really? I mean, we got the baddest helmets, uniforms, got nice facilities. Why wouldn't they go to Kentucky?
Yeah.
I mean, really? And Big Dog, he going to Louisville. Louisville used to be garbage. And I bet money they'll be in the playoff before we are.
No.
I'll be there this year.
No.
You don't think them and well, no, I don't know. I don't know how
that's
the
just my opinion.
Split. Huh?
That's just my opinion. I don't think it will. I've heard people say that, but I don't.
Clemson and Miami's on the same side in the ACC, ain't they? And then Louisville's on the other.
I don't know. They might look at that conference.
Or do they still do it like that?
I don't know if they do it like that or not. I really don't.
They don't need to look.
But yeah, then again, get to think about it. they may make it to the playoffs because look at that conference. You only got 1-2 teams that's really any good.
Maybe we need to do like Notre Dame. Just take our football and pull them out and put them in the ACC and leave everything else in the SEC. Then old Stoopsy might have a chance.
Oh, you're a sight, buddy. You're a sight. Well, Rusty, you got anything else for him, buddy?
But that's it. That's it.
We'll call it a night, guys. We'll call it a night. Sorry for the technical issues we had here, what was about 15, 20 minutes ago, where I had the computer, it just took me off. I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully it's lined out now. But been a good one. I like the helmets.
The helmets was good. Helmets was good. If I get me one of them, I will run right through that wall and video record it. I'd run plumb through into Hunter's room.
We might
it have a mark on it. It's gonna have a mark. I'm going head first through the wall. For
the football season, because we're going into July and into August starts week 0. We might try to do another conference or something of the helmets or something if you want.
Yeah, we can do that.
Hey guys, by the way, we got shirts coming too, so we'll let y'all know we got our first batch of shirts. We're gonna try to get some more, the second and third batch, but let me show you if I've got it. I thought I had it in here with me. Oh, yeah, here it is. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's the Wildcat Den shirts we got coming. But, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Listen, we're on YouTube, too. By the way, we're on YouTube. Of course, here, Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram. We thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, guys, God loves you. Go Big Blue. Good night, everybody. Rusty, take us out.
Wow, wow! Knock the camera off.